Well, hi there, welcome back to Abus and Beyond, and today's really exciting because we get to install our fridge freezer. This is really exciting because until we can get the fridge freezer installed in there, we can't really use the van. I'm sure you're all aware that the fridge freezer is going to go in the end here, but before I can put it in there, I just need to do a little bit of work just tidying up the bottom here. So I've just been cutting some wood, painting it. It should be pretty much exactly the same thickness to fit in there. What I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to undo a couple of these screws just to take the strain away from how tight it is at the minute. I can't fully undo the kitchen because it's bolted to the side of the van and all sorts. So just undo a few of those screws. I should be able to just then ease the actual bits of wood that I've painted and slot them in here. It should be really tight, which is good. And then I've got a vent as well. Because there's a vent in the bottom here, I think it's actually more of an air intake rather than an exhaust. I just need to make sure that there's a bit of airflow that can get in the bottom there. It'll be tight to try and get that in, which is obviously good because it just means that the kitchen is in nice and secure, but I can just do with a bit of leeway. We shall see. Oh, that is tight. Lizzie's just brought me a wrap. Warm wrap with chorizo in. Right, so I've built that bit up around the bottom there. Quite happy with how that looks actually. The colour match is pretty good. I got the paint matched at B&Q, and I've obviously put that vent in as well, which is quite a narrow vent, but yeah, gives some airflow into the bottom there, which is good. Right, so we've gone for a Thetford T2090 fridge, and I'll tell you why once I've got it open. Wow, look at the size of that beast. This is the bare fridge freezer before it's installed, and it's quite interesting because you can see like the profile of it, obviously, as it drops away. You kind of expect these to be just big boxes, but yeah, it's got quite a bit of space around the back. There's all the compressor and everything like that. But yeah, and it looks like there's a bit of a drain hole there as well at the bottom, so I need to have a look at that. I need to try and find the instructions, which I'm guessing are inside. Ta-da! Yes, they are. So I'm just prepping the connection, and this requires some spade connectors on the end. And also, I ran a 3-core cable, and I don't actually need the earth because it's not required on the fridge. So I've just terminated it into a Wago connector, just for future use if required. Good. I also just shortened the cable that goes to the hob, because this was a real long cable before, just again to make it a little bit tidier. And then you can see the connection that goes into the switch for the lights. Everything is up and out the way, so the fridge should fit. I've left enough on this so that I can easily get it connected. Obviously, if it was too short, I'd have to have the fridge pushed in quite a way, and it makes it just really difficult to actually connect it. So hopefully I can just get the fridge put in place here now, connect it up, push it in, and yeah, go from there. We still should have done it. The cable's a bit longer than they are. Oh, do have some slack on it. That's good. It's about a good a bit there. As you can see, I've used a sort of a domestic 6-core flex. So I've got brown, blue, and then an earth cable. Ignore the earth. That's not required. But then the brown and blue. Well, the brown is red, and then the blue is the black. So brown is positive, blue is negative. Thankfully I've got access to the back, well, to be able to pull the cables a bit tighter, you know, so that's quite good. So I'm just watching it as I feed the fridge in. This is looking good. Yes. Well, it's in. It's on the end there. I think it's in. Oh, the door opens. What I better do before I secure it all in is I just need to actually put the fuse in to make sure it comes alive. And I'm not going to lie, that's quite scary, because if it doesn't come alive, then it could be anything. You know, I could have drilled right through the cable at some stage. The cable was installed probably about 2 years ago. So, oh, fingers crossed, eh? Wish me luck. Good start. Oh, where's that gone? Oh. Let's go and have a look. Nothing on there yet. Oh, there's some life. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a real dim blue colour, but there is some life. It's making a noise. Well, that's a start. Now, what I've used is I've actually used a 15 amp fuse up at the back there. Like I said, I put a 6mm cable in because some of these fridges have a real high initial draw of power. Trying to find out the exact power consumption of this is quite tricky. Most fridges display their power usage in like a 24-hour period, an average over 24 hours, just because they obviously want to show how efficient they are. I don't want to know that. I want to know what the peak power is so that I can obviously put the correct fuse in to make sure that the device isn't going to trip all the time. So what I've done is I just had a quick look again. Oh, in fact, yeah, so it says input current 6 amp. So that, yeah, that's pretty low. And it says night mode, it's on 4 amps. So yeah, it really is not much power usage at all. So what I've done is I've put a 15 amp fuse in, and the reason I've done that is because behind the actual fridge where I connected it up with that cable, there's already an inline 15 amp fuse there. So I thought, well, I might as well use the same fuse that they've put in. However, what I'll probably what I might do actually is I might actually put a 10 amp fuse in, just so that if a fuse was to trip because of a fault, that one will trip at the fuse box before the one behind the fridge, which is obviously a lot harder to get out. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap it out for a 10 amp one. But the fridge is in the hole. It's looking good. Now I just need to get all the packaging out. So there's nothing there. Bit of polystyrene there. There's a bit of... Ooh, nice, satisfying. So I don't know if you saw, when I was unboxing it, I said about a little drain hole at the back. And obviously I thought, does that mean I'm going to have to drill a hole in the bottom of the van? Now that is an option. If you don't want to manually empty the condensation that builds up in the fridge, you can drill a hole through the bottom of your kitchen all the way down out through the bottom of your van, and then you use just a little bit of like flexible pipe. Connect that onto the bottom, and what you do is, you see this drip tray at the back here, you remove that drip tray, and basically any build-up of condensation just goes down through that pipe and out through the floor. I'm not doing that just because the fuel tank is right underneath where the kitchen is, so it's not the most straightforward thing to fit. So I'm just putting this drip tray in, and that should catch all the water that is built up in the bottom here, and then I'll just have to obviously remember to empty that at a regular interval. Right, now what I need to do is I actually need to fix the fridge into place, and that's using these holes here. So that's all you do, you just slide the fridge in and then fix in through these holes on both sides. So I just need to make sure that it's all nice and level, looks good, and then I can go ahead and do that. So I've got it all nice and square, all looks good. I just need to actually fix these screws in the hole, but what I need to be careful of is that the screws aren't too long. Yeah, let's just have a look. So I just held up the screw sort of just in front of the fridge, just so I could see how far the screwdriver can go in the gap, just so that I know that it's not going to go outside of the actual framework of the kitchen, because that would be a disaster. And then I just put a bit of tape on so I know not to go beyond that point. What I should have done is I should have put the screws in before I put the fridge in, just to have a quick look at how much they protrude, but I didn't, because that would require some forward planning. And then you get these little white caps that you just pop over the top. Well, would you look at that? The fridge is in. Got that bit along the bottom that I've done. The fridge is in. Thetford T2090 is in.
Abby said it was raining, but
it was just drizzling. It was just drizzling.
I didn't believe him, but because it's sunny, so I told him, "Don't be stupid."
Check out the fridge.
Oh my god! Is it working?
Yeah, it's on.
Ooh, look at that!
It's cool, isn't it?
That is really like literally
cool. Literally,
yeah.
Do you get it?
Well, that's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. That bit.
So that is 6 litres. So
okay.
In total, the whole thing is 90 litres. I mean, the clue's in the name. Thetford T2090.
Oh, I get it. I reckon that's about the size of a Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Oh, it's yeah.
That's the important thing.
We can fit Ben and Jerry's in there. We're good.
So that is 6 litres capacity, and then the rest of the fridge is 84 litres capacity.
big fridge.
And it's got really neat things like, obviously you've got your door storage, and you can move that depending on where you want
the
milk to go. So you just lift that off and slide it like that.
Or the
flash. So it will secure it in place, won't move when you're driving. Another neat feature are these like supports to stop stuff from falling forward. So when you're on the campsite, you can just pop them down and easily get stuff on like out the actual shelf.
Oh yeah.
And then when you're driving, you can lift them up, and it stops stuff from sliding forwards.
They also sound like a musical instrument. Hang on. Well, there you go.
You can alter this middle shelf. You have to unscrew it, but you can actually put that a bit lower if you want to. The top ones you can. The top one and the bottom one you can remove if you don't want them. Then you've obviously got these two like salad drawers at the bottom. You've got things like this catch, so you just pull that out, and then that stops the door from fully shutting. So if you want to vent it when you're not using it, you can do.
I am so impressed with that, and it looks so good.
It's great, isn't it?
That's the perfect fit.
And these panels, this one came with it, thankfully, but you can change these panels. You have to take the fridge out to do it, but this is like a real thin bit of, I think it's a bit of ply. So you'd like to put stickers all over it, wouldn't you?
Oh, can you do that?
Yeah, so put stickers all over it, and then if you change your mind, say you don't want the stickers anymore, or you've run out of stickers, you want to replace it, you can just pull that out, and then for however, I can't remember which it is, but you can put a new board in. Likewise, if you wanted to, you could get a real thin bit of ply, sort of colour matched to this if you wanted to, and you could have it the same colour as the kitchen, for example.
Or you could just get vinyl. You know how we did the vinyl on the table in the camper van,
in the Californias,
that we had.
Yeah,
that's great. But I'm going to put loads of stickers on it. I'm sorry.
Well, I think it'd be quite cool.
Stickers for a long time for this moment.
It's on at the minute, so it's really quiet. It's fantastic. That's the beauty of compressor fridges. They're really, really quiet, and it's also got a night mode, which will make it even quieter as well if you want to. It's really hard to see the display because it's like a dark blue. But there's five different levels of sort of coldness.
Oh, hang on.
Well, I was going to leave that on whilst I'm still working in the van, to be honest. But
disregard. I was really excited about that bit. Right. Well, I'm going to go find my stickers and have my tea. I'm going to leave you to it.
You can do it. You can do it when it does come to it.
Looks really good, though. Well done.
Thank you very much.
That is a huge achievement again.
But like I said at the start of this video, it's a compressor fridge. Really, really efficient. Only works on 12 volts, so it's not like an absorption fridge, which works off gas, 230 or 12 volt. It is just purely a 12 volt fridge. And we've used these loads, and we just love how efficient they are. When it's kicking in and actually cooling the internals of the fridge, it's using about 60 watts. I've just looked at that using my battery monitor, using the Serbo GX. It's using about 60 watts, but it's not doing that all the time. It's not doing that very often. And looking on Thetford's website, it claims around about 0.34 of a kilowatt hour throughout the whole 24-hour period. So around about 340 watts for 24 hours use. Using some real basic maths and some very basic physics, using our Roma 320 amp hour battery on a 12 volt system, that equates to around about 11 days of usage just on this fridge. Now, obviously, it's not as straightforward as that. You have losses through efficiency, and also we're not going to be just using the fridge on its own, are we? And also, you can't run that 320 amp hour battery all the way down to zero. You can get it pretty low, but you can't run it all the way down to zero. That'd be just too much. So it's still, even if it was 6, 7, 8 days, that is incredible, isn't it? So it just shows how efficient these fridges really are. That, coupled with our solar panel, just means that we're going to be able to go off grid with this fridge for absolutely ages.
These are all the stickers that I've been collecting for ages now, when we finally have somewhere to put them. So we've got Tread the Globes.
They're in Thailand, I think, with their van. That's incredible.
So that was when we met them at the NEC once. They gave us that sticker.
That was ages ago, wasn't it? Gosh.
Yeah. Sweet greens. I made an impact on school lunch.
We love sweet greens. Sweet greens. I take it that's the sweet greens in New York, was it?
Yeah, it was.
That's
I won't show this one.
Okay. Is that not fit for
Not fit for purpose. Caffeine and machine.
They've just opened one of those near us, so that's
they
pretty
have.
exciting.
I've got some old California camping stickers. Look at that.
Retro.
That's very retro.
They'll be worth a lot of money.
Pull and Bear. Gosh, we've got loads here.
Pull and Bear.
I know, we've got some stickers from different countries.
Can we? I don't think we can put them on. This
No.
van hasn't been there.
I agree. Proud to support the NHS. That's from COVID times.
Yep.
More, I made an impact on school lunches. Support your local bakery. That's from Johnny Cupcakes. Gosh.
Brilliant.
So that's from at least 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was
I
ages
got
ago.
that sticker. Boston.
Boston.
Make cupcakes, not war. Treat yourself. So it's funny.
All sorts of stickers.
So I've just been putting them aside for absolutely years, just ready for when we have an opportunity to put them on a van. So there you go.
Now, these kitchens from Evo Motion Design are designed specifically for specific fridges. So you do have to know in advance which fridge you want and sort of get the kitchen that fits best for that fridge. We specifically wanted this fridge because it's just so efficient. It's a good size. We've used one before and it's really, really quiet. And it's just kind of one of those things that if you know that a fridge is good, you want to go with that. The last thing you want to do is build a kitchen designed for a specific fridge and you find out later down the line that that fridge is too noisy and there's nothing you can do about it because you have to have that fridge. So we knew that this fridge was really, really quiet, really efficient. And also we quite like the fact that we've got a Thetford hob, a 2-burner hob, and having a Thetford fridge freezer as well, it all just matches quite nicely. But yeah, I'm so pleased with the outcome of how it looks, and it's just great to get that massive gaping hole filled up with a fridge. And the beauty of it is that was another like real big milestone that we just needed to get fitted. It wasn't really a big job. You saw how easy it was. You just slide it in, connect it up, and it's done. But it was just one of those jobs that we hadn't done, and because we hadn't done it, we couldn't actually use the van. We couldn't go away with the van. As I keep saying, there's still loads left to do, so please hit that subscribe button so you get notified of any video in the future. And if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. All the details about this particular fridge and the hob, for that matter, will be linked in the description below, so please check out Thetford's website. And thank you so much for watching. We shall see you in the next video. Cheers!